Okay, so very good evening, students. Very good evening. So, welcome to the 2028 A level economics. Okay, for the introduction session. Okay, so you did your A levels you did your O levels in 2025, and you are going to do the A levels in 2028. Okay, so I hope you got a good results, all of you, all of the students. Okay, so even you don't have any good results, okay, don't worry. O level is a separate thing, A level is another separate thing. You can't merge the O level and the A levels. So there are two ways, two types. The students who didn't score very well in the O levels, okay, have selected the universities in the A levels. They got 3 A's and they got selected to the universities. Also, the students who got very good results, 9 A's, 8 A's, 7 A's for the O levels, also selected for the universities. Okay, so O level results doesn't give a huge impact on your A level results. So, what will give the huge impact for the A level? What? Your commitment. Your commitment towards the exam, towards your study, will give a huge impact to the A level. So, today onwards, forget your O level results. Focus for the A level results. Okay? Focus for the 3 A's. Focus for the university entrance. Focus for a degree. Focus for a career. Focus for your future. Okay, so with the best positive motivation, we can start the introductory session. Okay, so yes, uh, before moving to the introductory session, I would like to highlight this is an English medium class, right? So I am doing economics for the English medium. Not Tamil, not Sinhala, not any other languages, only for the English medium. So therefore, my teaching language will be English medium. Okay, so don't expect me teaching on a very particular language, Sinhala or Tamil. I use those languages, I'm very much fluent on those languages, but this is an English medium class, so I can't explain the whole theory in English medium. Sorry, in the Sinhala and the Tamil language. Why? Why? Because this is an English medium class. First. And second, you are studying the theory, the whole syllabus, your whole subject in English medium. Right? Simple, right? In English. So, you are getting your exam papers in English and you want to write your answers in English. So, what's the point of talking in Sinhala or Tamil? Actually, I'm not discriminating any languages, but what's the point of talking Sinhala and Tamil in the classes? I'm not telling talk with your friends with English. No, I'm not telling that. But teachers to student, while teaching, what's the point of talking with any other languages? Okay, because I personally believe, I want to teach you in English medium, where we that's the standard, Puta. If I teach you in the way of using English language, what the benefit you get? First benefit, Puta, your listening skills will develop. If you listen well, if you listen well, that means you store those things in your brain. What if I explain those things in Sinhala and you store those things in Sinhala and you want to write those things in English or Tamil to English? You don't have Google Translate in your brain, right? You don't have any. So, what I believe, get the things from English medium, from English language, and store those things in English, and you can easily convert those stored memories to the answer. Okay, so that's what I believe, because you have to read the exam paper in English, and you have to write the answers also in English. You won't get any marks if you write the correct answers in English, Sinhala or Tamil, right? It's an English medium exam. So that's why I mostly use English language in order to explain things. But don't worry, I am very much fluent in Tamil and Sinhala. Tamil and Sinhala. If you want to talk with me personally, you can choose your own language. Doesn't matter. Okay, there will be no compulsory requirement to talk with me in English. Okay, this is not a spoken English class. Okay, so I don't need any that kind of a requirement. But when I teaching, I mostly use 95 percentage I use English in order to explain everything, the lot of things. Okay, so that will be the first thing. Even this introductory class is also going to be the English, fully English explanation. I don't want to attract students by communicating any particular language and after that converting those students into English. Not necessary, right? So this will be the standard here. And there is a problem, I know. Some students didn't do their O levels in English medium. Yes, most of the students didn't. And some students didn't good in English language. I know there are some students, and those students are trying to do the A levels in English medium, because afterwards the A levels, the higher studies will be only focusing the English medium. Okay, so you have to do your higher studies in English. So most of the students, that's why doing their A levels in English medium. So rather than going to a huge ocean, higher studies, the degree is a huge ocean. Rather than jumping to the huge ocean, just try to learn swim from the lake, just a pond. So that's the basic idea of doing the A levels in the English medium. Yes, but for that students, this will be the scenario. I am not speaking the British English or a US English, that much of hard English, right? I'm speaking just Sri Lankan normal common English. Very simple basic English that can everyone understand. Okay? I'm not speaking English in a very fast manner, in a very slow manner. Okay? So for that students, I'm telling the same thing. Okay? Even I speak in Sinhala or Tamil, you might understand things, but when you generate that understanding into the answers, you will struggle. So You are going to do the A levels in 2028, August, which means 2 years from now. So at your beginning stage, at your beginning stage, the students who do not good at Tamil, sorry, do not good at English, at the beginning stage, you might struggle a bit, but by the end of the day, you will improve. Believe me, you will improve. There are a huge number of students who struggled at the beginning in order to understand the language but by practicing the same thing again and again and again and again, you will master it. Okay, so that's the basic idea. So yes, without introducing myself, first I give a motivation and language things. Yes, okay, so yes, first I want to introduce myself first. So that will be the first requirement, right? So that's what you are expecting. So I am RP Vikash. I am RP Vikash. So I am a degree holder of BBA in business economics in a very well known university, which is University of Colombo. I'm a graduate from University of Colombo in business economics. Okay, in the Colombo 7, you can see the University of Colombo, right? So I don't want to exaggerate, but the actual thing is uh, the top three universities in the Sri Lanka, the top five, I would say, the top five universities in the Sri Lanka will be first thing, University of Colombo, the first thing, the first university. Second, University of Sri Jayavardhanapura, University of Kalani, University of Moratuwa, University of Peradeniya. Those are top five ranking universities, and for the commerce students, these three will be the top ranking universities for the commerce related degrees such as management. Okay, BBA means Bachelor of Business Administration, right? So for the management degrees such as business economics, so some students, some graduates are from accounting, finance, marketing. There are huge number of specializations there. Basically, for the commerce students, for the commerce related degrees, these three universities are best. Okay. So another thing, for the University of Colombo, we have 800 graduates for a year. 800 graduates for a year. For University of Jayapatnam, I believe there will be 1,300, and University of Kalani, I believe 650. Okay, I believe. So I think there are 20 or no 16 state universities in the Sri Lanka, and out of that, for the top three, you will get 2,750 per year. Per year, there will be 2,750 graduates for year. Per year. Okay. Which means that 2,750 students got 3 A's. If you want to enter for these three universities, definitely you need to have 3 A's. Okay. So other than that, there will be University of Sabragamu, Jaffna, Ruhunu, Rajarata, Eastern Universities, and Gampa Vikramarachi. Uh, there are University of Vaunia. There are very number of students there. Okay, so approximately per year there will be around 5,000 graduates from the commerce state. Okay, so why I am telling this? Entering to the university for a state university, which is not a hard thing, which is not a definite hard thing. Okay, and getting a 3 years also, it's not a hard thing. Frankly saying, it's not a hard thing. If you do the works properly from the day one, if you do the works properly from the day one. Okay, so some students may tell, sir, going for a state university is boring, right? Why boring? Because we have to spend 4 years. It's a waste of time. Sometimes 5 years, 6 years. There are strikes, and there will be no quality of the university studies. No quality, sir. So there are some lot of arguments for some students in order for the quality of the state universities. But as a product of University of Colombo, I can guarantee you the exposure I got from the university, from a state university, it won't given by any other private universities. Definitely. The exposure, the leadership, the quality of the education, the thinking pattern, the number of things I can say, huge number of things I can say. Okay, so those things cannot be achieved by the private universities. That's why University of Colombo, USJ, and University of California becomes the number 1, 2, 3 universities in the Sri Lanka. Not even a private university is there. If you want, you can Google search and confirm it. You don't have to believe everything what I say. Your phone itself have Google, right? So go and search it and have the results. Okay, not even any private university is there on the top 3. So after knowing this, if you are telling like I want to go to the private university and I want to spend my parents' money, millions, and I want to study there, if you want, you can do that. I'm not giving you any barrier. But if you enter these 3 universities, these 5 universities, top 5, you will get a better quality of education, not the education, also with everything. Everything a student, a Sri Lankan citizen wants. The everything, the attitude, from your discipline, from your leadership, everything will be changed if you enter for the university. Okay, for A level students. Okay, so what we expect from you is please study. You can do sports, you can do the extracurricular activities, doesn't matter. I'm also a person who did the sports and extracurricular activities, so I'm not bring the barriers for that, but do everything. Also do studies. Study is also very much important. You have to give the importance what you give for the other things, same as other things. Okay, so yes, I'm not finishing with myself. So this is me, BBA Business Economics degree holder from University of Colombo, also Chartered Accountancy of Sri Lanka finalist. which means I have only to do three subjects. Only to do three subjects. After completing those three subjects, I will be a chartered accountant. Okay, so that's why I'm teaching the economics and the accounting subject. Okay, both. Okay, so I have a very good educational knowledge with the economics and the accounting. Okay, so yes, that's a pretty much that's the pretty much of my educational qualification. And you might tell, sir, you went to the university and you are going to be a chartered accountant, so you are full studies, ne? You spend your whole life in studies, ne? Every day, when you wake up, you study. Before sleeping, you study for 24 hours. From per day, you have 24 hours. I think 10 hours to 12 hours you have studied, ne? In your entire career. No, no, you can't say like that. Okay, and before I wanna island prize, huh, for the chartered for the subject BL4, which means in the 2022 June exam, June or just in the 2022 June exam, June or March, I can't remember the month. I won the Highland Prize, which means I got a first marks, which means I was the highest marks person for this subject. Okay, there are some subjects for the business level and the corporate level and stuff. You will be having a better understanding after you finish the A levels. Okay, so that doesn't give an impact for now. So yes, where I was, the sports. Yes, so you can't come to a conclusion, sir. When you are studying, you spend around 10 to 12 hours per day for the studies, right? No, definite no. Because you won't believe, by doing all these things for my sports career, I was a rugby player. I was a rugby player for University of Colombo Rugby. Not only for the 1 year, 2 year, from 2022 to 2025. I'm a first 15 rugby player. Okay, first 15 rugby player. If you are uh, very much good at sports, if you are knowing, if you have any knowledge of sports, you know what is meant by the first 15, right? In the rugby. Okay. Also, I'm a A division club rugby player for CHNFC for the year 2025 and 2026. After completing my university rugby, I entered to the A division club rugby CHNFC. Okay, so this is me. Not only from the studies, I have achieved huge number of things in the sports as well. Okay. Also, I did weightlifting for 2022. I did weightlifting for 2022. And in this section, I can write my extracurricular activities. I was a member in Rotaract Club, Lions Club, Economic Society, Hindu Society. In the school itself, I was a member of St. John's Ambulance, that union, this union. I can't even remember the names. So please don't make any excuses. By doing the extracurricular activities and the sports, I missed my A levels and I failed my A levels. Because, like me, there are a huge number of students out there in the top 5 universities who did the sports, who did the extracurricular activities, as well as who scored 3 A's and come to the university and achieved so much of grades. Okay, So don't make any excuses. Why I'm telling in the very first introductory session? Because it can be done. Okay, there will be no such sports versus education thing. Okay, there will be a sports and education stuff. Okay, like me, there are a lot of people achieve that. Okay, so that's why I'm explaining in a very first session, from the day one onwards, give some priority for the studies. Okay, get up your comfort zone. I know after doing the sports practices you might get feel tired. Get out from the comfort zone. Okay, and study smart. Study smart. Okay, so that will be the thing. Okay, and after that I want to give my teaching experience. Okay, so I have started my teaching from 2022. Okay, 2022. Okay, so my first A level batch will be 2023. So I started my teaching from 2022. So I have taught many students. The students who was the head prefects in the Wesley College, and sports captains from Wesley College, St. Thomas's, and students from the deputy games captain for the Vishaka College, and the cricket players, a lot of athletes, and lot of students. Okay, so I think this will be my 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, ninth batch. Okay, so you don't have to worry about my ability to teaching you. Okay, so if you continue my class, you may know. Okay, and you don't have to worry about finishing the syllabus on time. Okay, so actually what will be included in your syllabus? What will be included in your syllabus? Okay, so your program is 2 years for A level. Your program is 2 years for A level, which means you are starting your A levels today, which means July, and you are finishing your A levels from 2028 July. But what I designed is I will be covering your whole syllabus before 4 months to exam. Before 4 months? Yes, before 4 months. I did for the 2026 as well. Before 4 months. Before 4 months means mm, March. By end of the March, your syllabus will be done. Okay. So only the theory? No. In this program, your theory will be covered, and past papers and term papers and model papers. The past papers and the model papers will be done by unit wise. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So this program, we are covering the theory A to Z, past papers, model papers, and what about the term papers? So the term papers, just term papers are very much important. I am giving the priority for the term papers because every term ends you will be having your school exams, right? So if you're a school candidate, your school exam marks will be your first motivator. Yes, definitely. If for a school candidate, the school exam marks will be your definite motivator. So I have to give the motivation for you guys, for the motivation for my students. So I will cover the term papers as well. Okay, so you don't have to worry. I know the how the term papers will be designed. So which units will be contained for each and every term paper. So I will be teaching you doing the making the practices separately for that. No, you don't have to worry. For the even for the private candidate, the term paper practices which will be very much needed. Okay, so yes, and how will be my teaching method? The teaching method, yes, my definite teaching method. So teaching method is very much important when we are choosing the class. So what will be my teaching method? Can you imagine, by doing all these things I scored this level, right? So now you think, so I didn't study for 10 hours for a day because I want to go to the gym, I want to go to the practices, I want to do my extracurricular activities. So I for per day I studied only for 2 to 3 hours, maximum 3, minimum 1.5 hours. So by doing this, how I can achieve these things? By learning a smartest way to study. So what is that smartest way? The smartest way is not memorizing the theory. This brain is actually is a memory card, right? So you are going to study the three subjects for A level. Basically, the economics, accounting, and the business studies. Okay, and this economics is the subject of 50 percentage of the theory and the 50 percentage of calculations. Okay, so what I'm going to do the theory is I'm going to summarize those theory. Okay, I'm going to focus on the exam focused contents, and I will be converting those theoretical areas into the mind maps. By doing the mind maps, I am going to generate the definition and the theory. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. There will be theory. So I won't memorize the theory. So I will create mind map. Just mind map. So by having only the mind map, I'm converting the theory. Okay. So this step is needed for you. Okay. So when I'm teaching, you will get a better understanding. So what is this mind map? How do I convert those mind maps into the theory? Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that's how our teaching method going to will be. Okay, and that's how you are going to finish your entire syllabus before 4 months before the exam, which means 2028 March. Okay, so sir, so 2028 April. Okay, so you might ask, sir, what to do after 2028 April? நிக்காங்க இன்னி சும்மா தானே இருக்கும். Syllabus முடிஞ்சு, syllabus done, syllabus இவரை, past papers done, term papers done. So what should I do after the 2028 A level? What should you do? Simple thing. what you have to do is, we are doing a rapid revision again for the 2028 April to 2028 end of July. April, May, June, July. 4 months. 4 months rapid revision. Again, we are covering the syllabus A to Z with the past papers in a short time period just for the exam focused content. So, before moving to the exam, before going for the exam, before going to the exam, you will be covered the whole syllabus two times. Two times. Two times the theory and the past papers. Theory and the past paper. So that will be the added advantage for you. Okay. Also, there will be some paper classes as well. Okay. So this will be the fully online program. This will be the fully online program, and this will be the fully online program. And how to join the class? How to join the class? Go to this website, rpvikash.class.lk. This is our website. Okay. So after you reach this website, what you have to do? You just have to create an account. You just have to create an account. So how to create an account? Some students may ask. So creating an account is not a difficult thing, right? I know you students have Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts. Even you are not 18 years. You have Facebook and Instagram accounts, right? So how to create an account? Those steps are actually not very much not required for you guys. Simple, right? So creating an account is not a big issue, but there are some students who asked me, sir, how to create an account. I don't know how to create an account. I don't know how to make the procedures. There are some students who ask me. So for those students, I made a reference video. Okay, so I will share that reference video in our group. So this is the website. So go to this website and create an account. After creating the account, you can go to the particular course 2028 theory for economics. Go for it and make the payment, and you can join the class. So the payment will be 2500 only. 2500 only per month. Okay, so just 2500 only you have to pay. Okay, and you will be given the papers and the all the study materials, tools, recordings, all the things will be available in the LMS. So this is our LMS. So the tunes, recordings, and all the study materials will be available in our LMS. So you don't have to worry about that. And the very interesting thing about our LMS is, so you can watch the recordings, PDFs, exam papers, all the things will be available. And very special thing is, our live classes can be posted. Do you know that? Our live classes will be held in our LMS, right? So our LMS is merged with some extra third-party apps and the LMS. Okay, so it will be streamed at the LMS. Okay, our live class will be streamed at the LMS. You know, our live class can be posted, which means it is very much convenient for the students as well. So our classes will be held on 4:30 to 6:30, Nebuta. So imagine on that time you had a very emergency thing, which means you have to go for the washroom, or a huge power cut, loss of signal. Imagine if something happened like that. Okay, so what you can do is, you can pause the live class. You can pause the live class, and after you're done with your emergency, you can continue where you was. Where you was. Okay, so that luxury is there in our live class. Okay, and the recordings, the recordings are readily available from before 2 days. The recordings are available in our portal. Okay, so everything will be handled by the portal. The payments, the recordings, the tunes, everything will be in our portal, so you don't have to worry. Okay, and the class time for the economics, I guess, uh, every Thursday, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Yes, every Thursday, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is our economic class time. Okay, so some students ask, which is too early, sir. We have uh, other physical classes for that time. I know. So don't worry. The class time will be rescheduled, but you have to wait until 2026 batch goes, because all our night time slots are fully packed with 2026 batch. Okay, because the 2026 have that rapid division batch, because I did finish the syllabus for the 2026 batch before 4 months. Okay, so these 4 months we are covering the syllabus for the 2026. Okay, so you have to wait until the 2026 batch leaves. After that, we can have our online sessions with 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I think that will be also on Thursday. Okay, but those updates will be shared in the group, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so mm, that will be the thing. Okay, so I think the all things have been discussed. Okay, the theory, the class program about me, and the all stuff have been discussed. So since this is the first introductory class, we can do some lessons, right? Okay, so we'll start with a very introduction for the economics as well. Okay, so after that we can wind up our class. Okay, so please remember, all our sessions will be done in a English explanation, but for the time to time, okay, when we are meeting any different difficult concepts, I will be doing the explanations in the Tamil and the Sinhala as well. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So yes, we can go for a tute. The tute is shared in the group. Okay, so go and go for the tute number one. You can go to the tute number one. The tutes have been uploaded in the group. Okay, so you can go and download for it. Until that, I will erase this whiteboard. So, okay, students. So now let's go with the our very first tute. Okay, you can go to the page number 2. So first we'll start with the introduction of economics. Okay. Okay. So actually, students, what is meant by this economics? It's a new word for you guys, right? In the O level, you studied business and accounting. So here there are three subjects: business studies, accounting, economics. So actually, what is meant by this economics? You may never heard this word, right? Economics. So what is this economics? Yes. Before going for the definition for the economics, before going for the definition of the economics, you have to know how this economy is created, how this economics of this word created. Okay. So actually the society, a person, which means a person A, have needs. Every people in the society, even you, have needs. Needs means, you know what is meant by needs, right? In the O level you have studies. If you don't do business studies and the accounting in the O level, business and the accounting, commerce in the O levels, you don't have to worry. I will explain you what is meant by needs. Needs is what you need. Simple as that. ඔයාට මොනවද ඕනේ ඒක තමයි වගේ need එක. உங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணும் அதுதான் உங்களோட need. Actually, what you need today. Actually, what you need today. After you wake up in the morning, what you need? Water to drink, food to eat, again water to wash, okay, clothes to dress, again food to eat lunch, a vehicle to transport. So the water, the food, the vehicle needs. So these needs are visible, right? As they can බලන්න පුළුවන්. කන්නාල පාකේන. So these are physical needs. These are physical needs. It can be seen physically. But other needs, what is this? Other needs? After you wake up, you say good morning to your mom or a dad. Okay? So, yes, good morning to your mom. And take out your phone and texting good morning, baby, or good morning, sweetheart, for your girlfriend needs. Okay? Love and affection towards your mom, parents, or a sister, brother, or towards your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever the person. So that love and affection, this is also a need, right? You need your love from your mom, dad, parent, sister, brother, even even from your partner. Okay, so that love and affection cannot be seen, right? You can see the value, the thing of love and affection. You can't see, but you can feel, right? You can feel that love and affection. So that is known as mental needs. Mental needs, physical needs, and mental needs. Okay, so economics is what, how how this person is going to fulfill these needs, these needs, how this person A going to fulfill these needs, how he is going to fulfill these needs, how can you imagine how he can fulfill that need of water? Opening the tap, getting the water, or going for a kade and purchasing a water bottle. The food, same as that, going for a kade, purchasing a lunch packet, or purchasing a breakfast. Okay, so simply to fulfill these needs and this need, okay, in a simply say, we can say needs, totally needs. In order to fulfill the need, that person needs what? Money. That person needs money, right? Without money, you can't buy foods, you can't buy vehicle. Even if you don't pay the water bill, you can't get the water from the tap, right? Okay. So to fulfill the needs, you want money. This money in the economic terms we called as resources. Resources. In the economic terms, we call this money as resources. So, using this resources, how the needs are fulfilled, that is known as economics. Very simple. Very simple. Okay. So by using these resources, how our needs are fulfilled, so that is known as economics. Very simple definition. Very simple definition. Various people say various type of definitions, but this is the simple definition. Okay. So you have to elaborate this definition a bit more. So I will teach you those things in further classes. Okay. So this will be the introduction of economics. Okay, so this is the basic of economics. Okay, so you don't have to memorize the definition of economics, how the needs can be fulfilled using through the economic resources and those stuff and those stuff. No, you don't have to memorize the definition of economics. Feel it, remember it, generate it by using the real world examples, and that's how you are going to study the economics until 2028 August. Until 2028 August. Okay, and I will teach you how to do that. Okay, so just I think the time is very much enough. I did this introduction session more than 1 hour. Okay, so yes, I think you found interesting with this introduction session. I guess I'm hoping so, and I am very much hoping to see the huge number of students for my class. Okay, and I'm very much happy to teach you all. Okay, so I think you got some idea about my class today and how the procedures will be. And even if you have any doubts, any further doubts regarding my class of anything, please reach me out in the number, this below number. Okay. So please WhatsApp with this number 071 201 2692. This is my number. Okay. So please reach me out in this number. Okay. So you can call me, you can text me, doesn't matter. Please reach me out and I am very much happy to answer your questions. Okay. So yes, that will be the end of this introductory session. Okay. And I am very much hoping to see a huge number of students for my class. Okay. Huge number of students and lot of happy faces in my class. Okay. So see you and see you in our next session. Okay. Thank you. Thanks all for joining this session. Okay. Thank you.